Hey guys, it's Cassie and it's the third vlog. Sorry it's a little late, but you know, life. So we're going to be going over the third quote in this little book of love. So, is it lust? Is it love? Is it romance? Or is it friendship? Is it requited or unrequited? Is it going to last or be fleeting? What I got from this quote was that we question everything. We question who we are, what we are, and why. So basically, let's start with the question. Is it lust, love, romance, or friendship? All of these words are very important and they affect us very much. If we live our life in lust, then we are blinded to everything that comes with a personality, with how your life is going to work with them, if you love them, if you have feelings, like you just focus on the sexual part of that. Is it love? If you're constantly living in that fantasy world of you're in love and have no reason why, then you need to constantly ask yourself why or why not. Is it romance? If you're living in a fantasy world and you're telling yourself like, I want him to bring me flowers every day, I want him to do this. If you want to be in a movie, like that's just not how life is. Life is in a movie and life is life. But again, that's very hard to understand because I struggle with that. Is it friendship? Friendship is very good as long as it's not the only thing that you're focusing on. Remember that you have a purpose and it's to serve God, right? So is it requited or unrequited? So I had to look these words up, and requited is like the easiest form of love. It's puppy love. And unrequited is when you love someone and they don't love you back. These two terms are very important, but also can be two polar opposites. If you're totally in love and you just are blinded by everything around you and you're just like, oh, you're like my idol. And if you love someone and then they don't love you back, that's like really sad, and it happens to mostly everyone in our phase of life. And we tell each other why, like why do we all have to go through this? And it's because it's preparing us to find someone that we actually are meant to be with. So is it gonna last or is it gonna be fleeting? This one is a very good question that I think everyone asks when they're in a relationship or any kind of relationship. So basically, we're never gonna really know if we're gonna last or not. You just have to enjoy where you are, and like Meredith Grace says, breathe in, breathe out, and decide. You need to decide if you're gonna be happy or if you're gonna worry about this the whole time in your relationship. You just have to enjoy where you are, who you are with, and what you're gonna do with your life. That we have to trust God even when the math doesn't add up. Trust that you're gonna be in good hands, that you're gonna have a future, but you have to be positive about this. We have to accept where we are and just be still. This verse I really liked was, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him, which is Psalms 37:7. I really enjoyed this verse because I constantly want to take the driver's seat. I'm like, my seat, I want to control this vehicle. But no, we have to let God take the driver's seat and us sit in the back seat, because he knows where our life is going. We don't. So we just need to enjoy the ride, right? Easier said than done. But, so I think a lot of things that play into us questioning is when we listen to our little voice. I say it's the little voice of fear. So there's this cool analogy that my pastor in CBC in San Antonio told me, and it said, fear. This is a conversation between fear and God. So fear says, who am I? God says, I am who I am. What if I am with you? I am not very good at, I created you. Send anyone else. I said, go. So we're constantly in a battle with ourselves. If you're like me, you have conversations with yourself in your head, and you're constantly saying like, oh, I should do this, or no, I shouldn't do this, or but I'm so tired, I don't want to go to church, or I don't want to call this because I don't want to make this awkward. But God says, go forth and spread my word and just enjoy while you're doing it. Stop holding yourself back. I think our biggest enemy, besides Satan, is ourselves. So we constantly have to fight ourselves to be positive and see the good in everything and everyone else. So as I was looking at my devotional, it was saying about accepting your struggles, which is very hard because we constantly want to mope in our struggles. but what we have to do is thank God for every struggle that He puts in our life, because it's making us who we are and what our life is going to be like. Recently, I have decided to get off of social media. You ask why? Well, obvious, it takes too much time. And also, I put too much importance in that to the point where it affects my relationship with God and with my boyfriend and with my parents and with myself. If I'm constantly looking at what other people are doing, or if I want people to know what I'm doing, then I'm missing out on life. I'm missing out on the chance to be happy and just go to the park or go study or just call my boyfriend and tell him how much I love him. Same with my parents. It's just we miss out on moments when we're stuck on a phone. If you ever find yourself being really frustrated and overwhelmed with so many things, definitely take social media out of your life. It is definitely so much more relaxing when you don't have to worry about what people are doing or if people will like your photo. So basically, if we all persevere for what we want and don't let these questions define who we are or overpower us, then we definitely can get somewhere in life and we can finish our purpose that God has planned for us. I encourage you to bring light into your life and not negativity. Shine forth what you were given. Use your talents. Use what God has given you to bring fame to Him. God bless, and God bless America.